What's up, y'all? Let's get into today's workout. We're actually going to start on our hands and knees today. Hands directly up under the shoulders, knees up under the hips. Go ahead and take an inhale breath and exhale. Inhale through the nose and exhale. Good. One more. Inhale and exhale. On this next inhale, go ahead and tuck the hips, lower back, upper back, and then just start to arch the back. Let your head fall down. And exhale, uncurl from the bottom to the top. All right. Inhale, curl the hips up under, tuck, scoop the abdominals toward the spine, and then uncurl. Let's go one more. And go back to neutral. Right arm comes behind the head. You're just going to rotate the thoracic spine or your upper chest and look toward the ceiling. You're opening up as much as you can and then closing it up. And then you're open, rotate through the thoracic spine, not necessarily from your arm. And then go ahead and rest that arm down. Left arm comes behind the head. We're going up towards the left and rotating. You should feel that all through here. So your upper spine, okay? And rotate. It feels good and uncomfortable at the same time. One more. And lower down. From here, hands are resting on the mat. Tuck the toes up under. We're going right into it. So press into the mat. Float the knees off of the mat. Using the abdominals about 2 inches off the ground. Hold. And then gently set the knees back down onto the mat. All right, inhale to prepare. Exhale, float those knees off of the mat. Bringing those abdominals in. And lower back down. Keep the gaze toward the edge of the mat. And lower down. Let's go one more, okay? Inhale, breath as you float. And lower down. Let's go down to the mat, laying flat. Hands come up into our W's, okay? The feet are flat onto the mat. Your nose is just hovering off. Inhale to prepare. Exhale. Glide the shoulder blades down as you gently lift up the chest. Gaze goes towards the edge of the mat and lower down. Inhale to prepare. Exhale. Extend. Don't forget the lower body. So the lower body is also contracting. Glutes are contracting. You're actively engaging through the legs to keep them straight and lower down. Take the arms straight toward the hips, palms facing inward. Roll the shoulders down. As you inhale, you're going to prepare. So you're going to start to bring the shoulder blades down toward the feet and float the chest off of the ground. You're long and then you're lowering back down, curling back up. Inhale and exhale. Float. Legs are staying on the mat. Inhale, stay. Exhale, roll back down. One more time. Glutes start to fire as you roll the shoulder blades back. And lower back down. Hands come up under the forehead. Same movement, y'all. The shoulders are away from the hips. The shoulders are away from the ears. As you float, keep those hands glued toward the forehead. Activating the glutes, that's protecting our back. The core is also engaged, your abdominals. One more. Good. Now extend the arms long. Hope you can see me. Extend the arms long overhead. So you're in the eye position, right? You're going to lift the arms up for your eye. For 4, 3, lifting up through the shoulder blades. 2, and 1. Take your arms out to a wide position. And we're going to do that same thing. Y position, you're gonna do that same thing, okay? So activating the glutes, lifting through the shoulders. Good. Now, face the palms toward the floor. We're going into our W, bringing the elbows down to the side. Your body, your upper body is still floating off of the ground while your hips and your legs are still down, okay? And then lower down. So we're going to do that again. So we got 3 I's, 3 Y's, 3 W's, okay? Go ahead and lift off of the ground. Lift up in our Y for 3, 2, 1. Take it out to that Y. Lift up. Thumbs are facing towards the wall, or excuse me, toward the ceiling. Palms facing down now for our W. All right. 2 and 1. Go ahead and lower down and lift up into our shell stretch. So you can go into what a child's pose, just flat on the heels. And then that shell stretch, you're just going to lift up gently off of the legs, using the abdominals to curve that spine a little bit more. All right. Let's go back onto the belly. So the entire workout is on our belly. We're working our posterior chain. All right. So hands are coming. Hands are going to come up under the forehead again. Laterally rotate the legs, okay? And then bend the knees. Heels come together. We're going to squeeze. So our knees are facing out. And we're going to squeeze the heels together as we contract the glute. You're going to keep your hips on the ground though. All right. So let's squeeze. Exhale. Squeeze. Contract the glutes. Push those heels together. And then release. Again. Push the heels together. Contract the glute. Keep the hips down and release. Again. Exhale. Activate the glute. Shoulders are away from the ears and release. Don't forget your abdominal connection here. Squeeze and release. One more. Exhale. Squeeze the heels together. Glutes are firing. And go ahead and release that down. All right. So feet, hands are staying where they are. Right leg is going to extend long towards the opposite side of the wall and then lift up through the hip using the glute. All right, we're going to do that to the left. So lengthen as if somebody is trying to pull your leg just before you start to lift up through the glute and hip joint, okay? Right leg extends and floats up off the mat. Left leg extends, floats off of the mat. Let's go. 3 more each side. Exhale. Good. And exhale. So coming up just enough as far as you can control it with your glute. So you're not arching the back at all or getting into the low back. Last one each side. That leg stays straight. Lengthen and lift. Good. Take the arms out into your W. They're resting on your mat. Rotate the feet out towards the edge corners of your mat. All right. So this is similar to our breaststroke prep. You're going to slide the shoulder blades down, but this time you're going to lift off and even your elbows come off of the mat. Part of your abdominals are coming off of the mat, but your hips stay down. Okay. So inhale, prepare. Press into the mat or the floor. Take the gaze toward your mat and lower down. Fire the glutes now. Lift off. Don't let your abs or your stomach dip down. All right, don't let it spill out. Bring it with you. As you come up, activate the glute. Shoulders are away from the ears, okay? Let's go. One more. And lift off. Good. You're a swan. And lower down. Let's go into our shell stretch. So just rounding the back, just in case you got into your low back at all, but it's good to strengthen your low back. Working in that prone position will definitely help. And then long as we're protecting, contracting our abdominals, firing our glutes, we should be good, okay? All right. So going into the last few here. All right, so swimming prep. So we're gonna go on to, so we're gonna stay on all fours, okay? So again, hands are under the shoulders, knees up under the hips. Extend the right arm and lower it down. So with this, the goal is to stay steady and stable. So you're not rocking just because you lift off a piece of your body off of the ground. Okay, so pelvis is stable, your abdominals are engaged to keep your body, the rest of your body from rocking. Okay, so now lengthen and extend the right leg. Nice and straight. Again, firing the glute to extend that leg, okay? As you lift that left leg, you're putting a little bit more pressure into that right arm to stay stable. And then the opposite when we go to the opposite side. So now we're gonna do that contralateral movement. So right arm comes up, left leg extends. Gently place it back and then alternate. Don't dump the abs, so you gotta make sure you're bringing your abdominals with you. Don't leave them behind. All right, nice stable body. If I have something on your back, it's not falling, right? If I put a ball on your back, you're not falling. Let's go 2 more each side. Nice and stable. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, lengthen long. Keep that head and neck in the same position. Last one each side. I think. Good. Now lengthen long on the mat. Okay. Let's see. How are we going to do this? Let's keep our hands, put our hands up under the forehead again. All right. So again, elbow or shoulders are away from the ears. You're going to lift the legs, both legs off of the mat. And you're just going to switch as if you're swimming. So we're doing our swimming, only we're doing our legs. So right leg switch, left leg switch. Okay. Using the glutes, let's speed it up. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Last one. And exhale. And lower down. Good. Go ahead and come up into a shell stretch. Last exercise. We're going to come onto our hands and knees. This time you're going to take the knees behind the hips. We're going into our push-ups. Hands should be just outside the shoulder, so they might go off of your mat. You're going to inhale, lower down for 3 counts. And exhale, press up for 1. Feet can be tucked or flexed onto the mat. We're doing modified. Gaze toward your mat. Inhale for 3 and exhale. Remember that scapula placement, so keeping them stabilized. 1 more. Inhale for 3, 2, 1, and exhale. Go ahead and come back. Last shell stretch of the day. All right, we did it, y'all, and I will see y'all at the next workout.